everyone, it's Average Black Girl
and Sharvana. Welcome to the Confetti Trail.
Yes, and we are at the 39th Street Beach, just chilling on this Wednesday, and we want to talk to you about some things. So, what's our first topic?
Dating etiquette.
Yes, we need to talk about some dating etiquette 101. These are for, I feel like everybody could use this topic. Let's talk. Can we talk?
Let's talk about dating etiquette.
Hold on. Let me get closer to you.
Get closer. First, dating etiquette. Get close to the person you're in. We're not dating.
No, we're not.
We're not dating.
But let's talk about it. I feel like dating etiquette 101, these are some of the things that just should be said.
First, let's define dating, because that is really a sticky...
People seem to get confused. Like, before you can start courting someone, which is more seriously dating towards marriage, you actually have to kind of, get to know that person.
You have to get to know them.
So, if you are going on a few dates, if you are, paying for the girl,
and if you're picking her up
and taking her time,
taking her out, you're paying,
and then afterwards saying, hey, when can I see you again? That
kissing her at the end, at the beginning, it's like,
that's dating.
That's a date. You just took me on a date. Now, if you do this multiple times, it's called dating. Like, if you go to the kitchen and you have a sandwich and you put it in your mouth and you're chewing and you're swallowing, that's eating. Like, you're just dating.
You're just dating.
You're dating.
You don't have to be, like, physically involved or anything like that, but it's more so if you're, like, taking that person's time consistently, week after week.
In an intimate, romantic fashion.
Where it's just, you're trying to get to know each other. So, one situation that I know is sometimes common is when it's not a quote-unquote, like, title relationship. Like, some men think that they're oversharers. And they're like, oh, I'm going to go with such and such, like another girl on a different day. Like, that's very inappropriate. That's not okay. That's not dating 101. That's not dating etiquette. Normally, when you're starting to get to know somebody, you can get to know more than one person at the same time. And that's okay. Like I said, you're not really doing anything physical.
You're not putting all of your eggs in one basket.
But
it's okay.
If someone says, oh, are you free, let's say Thursday, just say, oh, I have plans or I'm busy that day.
Right.
Don't say, oh, I'm going out with this girl to this movie or something
she asked
crazy.
me to go see that movie first, so I'm gonna go with her.
That's not okay.
Not saying that.
And that'll actually get you blocked or unfriended. Like, that's actually really rude to me. I don't really feel the
It's like
dating etiquette 101.
Because first off, how do you think that makes somebody feel? It's like, okay, so
how does that benefit the thing that you guys have building?
So are you just a first come, first serve type of dude? That's how it sounds. Like, she asked first, so
what's going on?
I'm gonna roll with her.
Second is when you walk, like, it's still, chivalry's not dead. We like when guys walk on the outside of the shower by the street where the cars are. Like, that never went away. I know people don't talk about it, but it matters. It's important. Like, keep going. The next thing, opening car doors and stuff, like, that's still important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want, in a relationship, I'm sure most men, want their wives to cook and stuff, like, to eat. So, why would other male-dominated traits just die because of equality? Like, no, at least for me, I still want to feel very womanly and very special. What else?
What we're talking about, walking.
Text messages and communication. Communication, like, consistency is key. And if you're not a great texter, that's okay. Just make sure that you, like, put it in where you're talking to her consistently. You can put in a timer. I know people that actually put in their calendar, oh, let me text Faye, or whatever. Because it just doesn't come natural to them, but they know it's important. Or making sure that you're seeing them on a weekly basis.
One of the guys that I dated, he just used to, he always texted me back.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if we were texting all night or anything, or if we started to text and it started to get late, he would let me know, I'm about to go to bed. So just tell me good night. So like I'm not texting him. We're having consistent conversation because this is how he explained it to me. Because I told him, I'm like, you are just so okay. Good night. Bye. I'm about to go to sleep. Like he's like, but I want you to know that if I'm
fall asleep,
you,
right?
And I just stop texting you. It's not because I'm a jerk. It's because it's 10 o'clock at night and I fell asleep. I had to work all day, and I really appreciated that.
See, guys, communication matters. Communication. It goes such a long way.
Together.
Communication. We know that what they say, guys are for Mars and women are for Venus, but if we both speak to each other, it doesn't matter.
Now.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Earth. That's where we are. We were talking about walking. I was going to say something, but she got to texting because her texting situation. It was a funny story. We're not going to tell you.
We're not going to go into that, but it was funny. And I don't know. I may be one of the only people that still do this. Maybe it's other people, but I love like when I'm in like an awkward situation and I don't exactly know how to fix it, to call girlfriends to help me construct text messages. I'm guilty. If it's like a really, really like clever text, 9 out of 10 times it wasn't just me. I got some help because 2 minds are better than 1.
Yes.
Walking speed,
like if you are with a guy, he's walking like he's not with you. Like, he ain't with you. Okay. You need to go and do whatever and not expect.
Find somebody to walk on your same speed. Why are you 5 feet ahead? Right. Slow down. And why are we in a rush? Are we late?
Especially if you're wearing heels. Like he needs to wait for you.
He's understanding you wearing heels.
For him. Hey, flag.
So he needs to see it. So you can't see from way up there. You gotta come back here and hold my hand so I can see.
Exactly. That's etiquette.
Etiquette is just thinking of someone else, and their needs before yours, and making sure that both parties are mutually at a good place.
Like we're on this date together, so why are you up there and I'm back here? Like that's not.
And also, like, I saw this message on Facebook the other day, and I thought it was pretty nice and a pretty noteworthy post. And it was like, guys, if your clock isn't ticking as fast as the woman that you're talking to, leave her alone. How dare you mess with a woman, especially a woman over 30 that wants kids, and you're like, oh, I'm not ready, but she is. Why are you talking to her? Everybody should be able to get everything that they want out of life, and you're legit messing with someone's months and years of their life, and you don't want what they have.
Wasted time.
Just find what you want.
Money. You can make more
Oh,
money.
yes. But you can't get that year back.
It's gone.
That's deep. That's deep.
We're deep.
We are deep. Black women are deep. What is... Do you have like a best date story or worst date story?
The best date I ever went on was Valentine's Day. This guy sent me flowers. He was at work, so he had flowers. I work overnight, so I was at home during the day. So he had flowers sent to my house. Like this guy rang my doorbell and I opened the door and there were flowers with a vase and a balloon, and I was just like, what? What? And then he came and he picked me up and we went to Icon Theater on Roosevelt. I'd never been there before. It's a theater, but it's kind of like a bar. You know those theaters where they have like you reserve your own seat, and before you go into the actual theater, you're in like a bar area where you can order food. You can bring your food into the theater. So he had purchased our seats and everything. We had dinner, and then we went into the theater. We saw The Notebook. So this date was a pretty long time ago.
You could date that. You could date.
It was a pretty long time. It was a while ago.
Yeah,
but
it was very thoughtful.
And I think I'm still kind of cool with him to this day. Like he has a child. So I realized that stepmom is not. I'm not about that stepmom life.
But you can still have agape love with someone. You can still have good feelings for someone, even though it didn't work out.
Stepmom life.
Well, let's talk about second chances. I don't know if I'm just the only person that thinks like this, but I don't really believe in second chances. Is that bad? I just feel like, there's, billions of people in the world, and you just can't find someone just to get it right the first time, the whole time. You gotta, go through a separation and dating other people. Like,
maybe you need to grow.
Is that case? I don't know. I don't look at the person the same way after they've been with someone else. It's just like you're, I don't know, trash. That's harsh. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Like, I don't want you anymore.
But I'm not talking about. You can't be on again, off again, on again, off again. That's very tedious. But second chance.
Not for me. Maybe that's why I'm single.
I guess if I felt like if somebody actually genuinely changed, I would give them a second chance. But the problem is that never happens.
I guess they'd have to, I don't know, like write you a letter and really prove to you, like something big.
And in giving somebody a second chance, it really matters why it didn't work the first time. I was at church. We church-going females.
Shout out.
And we had a guest pastor, and she was talking about character and how it's not built overnight. Like, if you were dishonest and you cheated on me, why, you're not going to learn, integrity and honesty overnight. Like, if you didn't respect me or didn't love me or whatever the case may be, a week ago you didn't learn to respect me and love me, and you didn't learn that overnight. So you need to really make sure that this person has invested in themselves and changed. Maybe that's why it does need time. Like, you need time to grow, like I was saying before. Like, because whatever they did wrong, they're not going to fix it like that.
Interesting. I mean, I said how I feel, but that was still good. Like, I could receive it. And maybe once I sleep on it, it may change my mind. But, Also, the type that I like now is totally different than the type that I liked when I was younger. So, I mean, that probably has a lot to do with it, as well as why I personally wouldn't go back. Because when I was younger, like, I liked the people that were like, swagged out, like real popular athletes and athletic type and everything. And now, like, I'd really like a person that is, for the lack of a better word, like nerdy, with a little bit of swag, and knows their purpose in life, and actually is like putting things in place to reach that. Like, I'm really big now on like generational wealth and family building and doing something that is really really important for the next generation. And so I wasn't thinking about that when I was 19, 20, not even 21. Right around 22, I started to like wake up, and now that I'm 27, I'm like, whoa. So it's just different, but that's my personal journey.
Yeah, now you wanted somebody back then you wanted somebody because of like, just maybe like it looked cool or they seemed cool or the camera on no, but because you were still a kid, I guess, or you were a kid as far as dating. You were still new to the dating thing, like.
Exactly.
And now you are accomplishing things, and you see that you are building something yourself, and so you want someone who is equally yoked.
That is true. That is true.
Like, you need to be building something. And okay, so I was watching YouTube with my brothers, and we came across something, and they were talking about the heathenistic treadmill, and how much you can't buy happiness, but how much does it cost to actually be happy. And they came to the conclusion that $75,000 annually, if that's your salary, then that is the amount of money that happy people, like, once you make more money than that, you're no happier than the people who make that amount of money. So that's the maximum amount of money. So I know everything isn't all about money, but money does help things in life. So I'm thinking 85.
I mean, I'm not gonna limit myself on how much money we gonna make over here. We making a lot over here. Speak that over my life.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
The minimum can be that. That's
my
fine.
Minimum is 85.
But
so this math degree, let's work it out.
I know for me, this week, actually yesterday, I opened up a small business, checking accounts. So I'm excited. Whoa. And
we'll have a drink. What?
Hey, celebrate going up on a Wednesday.
We missed Tuesday.
We did miss Tuesday. I had to watch The Have and the Have Nots. That's my show. It is. Decided to stop at the original Rainbow Cone place and get cups because I don't like cones.
The big pink house.
Yeah, it's really pink. This is the back. We're outside because it was too hot inside.